Temperance is, in essence, voluntary and conscious self-control. It is the ability to resist rather than react impulsively, the art of making thoughtful and deliberate decisions instead of being driven by impulses. As Epictetus states, for the Stoics, temperance is one of the four essential virtues, alongside wisdom, justice, and courage. This virtue involves, above all, mastery over oneself and moderation, recognizing one's own limits and controlling passions so they do not dominate us. Temperance is the capacity to remain calm in the face of challenges and to respond in a balanced and reflective manner. In summary, temperance is inner balance, the moderation that permeates all aspects of life. This virtue is of great importance because it directly influences our ability to make sound decisions, especially in moments of pressure. It helps us maintain serenity and mental clarity, allowing us to solve problems effectively. If you are often controlled by your emotions, whether by anger or excitement, this indicates a struggle with self-control, which can be harmful in various areas of life. Overcoming this challenge is precisely why we're here, and for that, we turn to the teachings of Stoicism. In this video, I will be practical and direct. I will present 10 concrete ways to apply Stoic principles to cultivate temperance as one of your core virtues. First point, avoid being led by desires. True freedom is not found in the reckless satisfaction of desires, but in mastering them. For the Stoics, the constant longing for pleasure and the incessant fear of pain are traps that emotionally enslave us, driving us away from serenity and self-control. Instead of allowing these impulses to guide us, we must learn to make decisions based on what will bring long-term benefits, not immediate satisfaction. This means practicing delayed gratification, which involves resisting immediate temptations in favor of a greater, more lasting goal. A practical way to begin applying this principle is by setting long-term goals. By breaking these goals into smaller, more manageable steps, you direct your actions strategically, avoiding the temptation to seek instant rewards. The process of gradually working toward these goals allows you not only to value the final destination, but also to enjoy each phase of the journey. As the Stoics teach us, the journey is just as important as the destination. When you focus on progress and not just the final outcome, your life becomes richer and more fulfilling, and you develop the ability to resist the constant pursuit of pleasure and immediate gratification. Second point, keep learning and growing. For the Stoics, true achievement lies within, in the mind and spirit, not in material possessions or external status. The path to temperance and wisdom is a continuous journey of learning and self-development. One common trap along this journey is focusing too much on the final destination, that is, the reward we hope to attain. However, the Stoics emphasize that the true value lies in the process, in daily learning and constant growth. This principle can be applied to daily life in various ways. A simple yet powerful practice is to set aside time every day to learn something new, whether through reading, study, or reflecting on your experiences. Ask yourself, what can I learn from what I lived today? By adopting this approach, you not only develop yourself as a person, but also gain a broader and more balanced perspective to face life's challenges with serenity. Stoic philosophy teaches us that personal growth is a never-ending journey, and every experience, whether positive or negative, offers valuable lessons to those willing to learn. To further cultivate this mindset of gratitude and learning, set aside a daily moment to recognize and give thanks for the things you already have. This can be as simple as feeling grateful for having a roof over your head, food on your table, or the company of loved ones. A recommended practice is keeping a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things you're thankful for each day. This simple habit can transform how you view life, reinforcing a positive perspective. Another powerful way to practice gratitude is through nature walks. During these walks, be present, pay attention to your surroundings, and consciously appreciate everything around you. Cherish the beauty of nature, the bird songs, the softness of the breeze. Developing this mindset of contentment is key to living more fully. Instead of focusing on what you still wish to achieve or acquire, start valuing what you already have, realizing that true wealth lies not in having more, but in enjoying what you already possess. Third point, develop a mindset of contentment. The mindset of contentment is the ability to recognize that what we already have is enough to bring us happiness and well-being. Instead of constantly chasing more, we must learn to value and appreciate what we have in the present moment. This mindset is essential for achieving a balanced and fulfilling life, as taught by the Stoics. They believe that true happiness does not lie in the continuous acquisition of material goods or the relentless pursuit of status, but in the genuine appreciation of the blessings that are already part of our lives. A powerful way to cultivate this appreciation daily is through gratitude meditation. This simple yet transformative exercise involves setting aside a few minutes each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. By focusing your attention on these blessings, you direct your mind toward the positive, learning to let go of the need for everything to happen exactly as you wish. Gratitude meditation teaches us to accept circumstances as they are, finding happiness and serenity in reality, regardless of how perfect it may seem in our eyes. By developing this mindset of contentment, you profoundly change your perception of life. Instead of focusing on what is missing, you begin to concentrate on what you already have, and this transforms your relationship with the world. Temperance, one of the main Stoic virtues, plays a crucial role in this process, as it helps us find balance and keep our focus on what truly matters. Temperance teaches us not to be slaves to our desires and to avoid excess, guiding us toward a more serene, balanced, and meaningful life. For the Stoics, gratitude goes beyond a simple philosophical perspective. It is an active, daily practice. When we incorporate gratitude into our lives, it empowers us to shift our attention away from what is negative or irrelevant, allowing us to focus on what is truly important. This constant practice of gratitude not only transforms our worldview, but also shapes our daily actions and attitudes. One of the most significant aspects of gratitude is the importance of expressing it in tangible and sincere ways. It's not enough to simply feel gratitude internally, it is essential to manifest it in concrete ways. This can be done through small acts, like saying thank you more often and recognizing the little kindnesses people around you perform. Another powerful practice is writing thank you notes to those who have had a positive impact on your life, acknowledging their actions and showing genuine appreciation. Additionally, setting aside time in your day to appreciate the beauty around you is another effective way to strengthen your sense of gratitude. This can be as simple as observing nature, such as the sunrise or sunset, or paying attention to the small wonders that often go unnoticed in our daily lives. These actions connect us to the present and help us realize the abundance already existing in our lives. Developing a mindset of contentment is an essential step toward a fuller and more satisfying life. By practicing gratitude regularly and expressing it sincerely, you not only find more inner peace but also create a deeper connection with the world around you, allowing life to unfold in a more serene and balanced way. Moreover, it is crucial to distance yourself from people who contaminate your sense of gratitude, especially those who constantly spread negativity and indulge in complaints. Being in contact with individuals who view the world through a lens of pessimism and dissatisfaction can easily erode your own ability to recognize the blessings in your life. The negativity of others acts as an invisible barrier that prevents us from appreciating the good things we already have, clouding our vision and fostering feelings of discontent. These people, often unknowingly, influence us to adopt the same patterns of thought, making us less inclined to acknowledge daily blessings. The Stoics emphasize the importance of surrounding yourself with positive influences. By filtering who we allow into our lives, we protect our mental and emotional state, enabling gratitude to flourish more easily. The practice of gratitude, coupled with distancing from toxic influences, allows your perspective to expand, showing how rich you already are, not in material possessions, but in experiences, relationships, and meaningful moments. The Stoics affirm that true wealth is not in acquiring more, but in enjoying what we already have. The constant desire for more can trap us in a cycle of dissatisfaction, making us forget to enjoy the present. By valuing simplicity and moderation, Stoic philosophy teaches that cultivating gratitude for what is already at our disposal is a powerful way to break free from this endless pursuit. When we realize that enough is already present, we experience lasting inner peace, a contentment that transcends the need to acquire more. When it comes to life's challenges, the Stoics remind us that difficulties are not mere inconveniences, but essential parts of the process of personal growth. As Seneca wisely stated, difficulty awakens the genius. This teaching shows us that the obstacles and setbacks we encounter throughout life are, in fact, valuable opportunities for learning and improvement. By facing these challenges with an open mindset, rather than letting them bring us down, we strengthen ourselves and become more resilient. Developing resilience is a fundamental skill for living a life in harmony with Stoic principles. It involves facing adversity with calm and balance, without being overwhelmed by fear or frustration. When we view challenges not as personal failures or signs of defeat, but as chances to grow, we adopt a mindset of continuous progress. This outlook allows us to see mistakes and difficulties as opportunities to adjust our efforts, improve our skills, and learn from the situations that arise along the way. By integrating this perspective into your daily life, you will realize that adversities, far from being burdens to avoid, are catalysts for personal evolution. This mindset of continuous progress gives us the strength to face whatever comes with courage and determination, and prepares us to become better versions of ourselves. Remember, resilience doesn't mean being immune to difficulties, but rather the ability to grow through them, turning setbacks into stepping stones for a fuller and more meaningful life. To adopt this perspective of facing challenges with serenity and resilience, it is essential to develop problem-solving skills and embrace a growth mindset. This means not only seeking immediate solutions to difficulties, but also reflecting on how each obstacle can contribute to your personal development. Problem-solving involves more than just removing barriers. It is about approaching each situation proactively, recognizing that every adversity carries valuable lessons. This process requires patience, creativity, and the ability to constantly re-evaluate our approaches, adjusting strategies as new information and challenges arise. Embracing a growth mindset is the next step. This mindset is based on the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and continuous learning. By adopting this view, you will be better prepared to face setbacks constructively. Instead of seeing challenges as threats, you view them as opportunities to learn something new and mature. This not only enhances your resilience, but also strengthens your confidence in dealing with difficult situations in the future. Living in the present is another essential Stoic principle. Much of our anxiety and worry does not come from what is happening now, but from regrets about the past or fears about the future. We get stuck in a cycle of thoughts about what we should have done or what might happen, preventing us from fully experiencing the present moment. The Stoics teach that by focusing on the here and now, we can free ourselves from these worries and achieve a sense of calm and serenity. After all, the present is the only moment over which we have direct control. An effective practice for developing this ability to live in the present is mindfulness. This practice involves training the mind to focus entirely on what is happening in the moment, whether it's an action, a physical sensation, or a conversation. To cultivate mindfulness, you can set aside daily time for activities like meditation, which helps calm the mind and focus on the present. Even small moments of awareness, such as paying attention to sensations during a walk or your breathing, can strengthen this skill. To facilitate this process, it is important to avoid multitasking. When you try to perform many activities simultaneously, your attention becomes scattered, and as a result, no task receives the necessary focus. Instead, concentrate on one task at a time, dedicating your full attention to it. When you engage deeply in an activity, whether at work or in a social interaction, your mental state becomes more present and less prone to distractions, worries, and anxieties. This practice of mindfulness can be incorporated into all aspects of your daily life. From paying attention to the simple act of walking, feeling each step, and noticing the environment around you, to actively participating in conversations with others, listening attentively instead of thinking about your next response. The more focused on the present you are, the more you can appreciate each moment, and the less space there will be for unnecessary worries about the past or future. This ultimately leads to a calmer and more balanced life, aligned with the principles of Stoicism. Practice empathy. The Stoics teach us that life is largely a matter of interpretation. This means that the way we perceive situations, people, and challenges around us directly influences how we react to them. The practice of empathy is essential for dealing with others in a more balanced and compassionate way. Everyone we encounter is fighting their own internal battles, facing concerns and challenges that we often cannot see. By adopting an empathetic attitude, we can better understand the difficulties of others, allowing us to react with more compassion and less impulsiveness. A practical way to incorporate empathy into daily life is to put yourself in the other person's shoes before judging or reacting to a situation. When someone acts in a way that irritates or confuses us, our first reaction might be defensive or critical. However, if we pause and consider the other person's context, we might discover underlying reasons for their behavior. Perhaps they are facing emotional pressure, a personal issue, or simply a tough day. This moment of reflection helps us respond with more understanding and less judgment. Furthermore, empathy can be developed by actively seeking to understand perspectives different from our own. This might involve intentional conversations with people who have different life experiences, values, or opinions. By listening attentively, without prejudice, you expand your worldview and enrich your capacity for human connection. Over time, this ongoing practice of empathy fosters a deeper understanding of others' feelings and motivations, reducing the likelihood of reacting negatively or toxically in social situations. Empathy, therefore, is a powerful means of maintaining peace and harmony in your interactions, promoting healthier and more constructive relationships. Accept what you cannot change. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the concept of accepting things that are beyond our control. The Stoics firmly believed that much of human suffering does not stem from events themselves, but from our interpretation of those events. As Epictetus wisely put it, what disturbs men is not the facts, but the judgment we make about the facts. This means that the challenges of life, such as losses, setbacks, or disappointments, do not have the power to destroy us. It is our emotional and mental reaction to them that determines the impact they will have on us. Accepting what we cannot change is, therefore, fundamental to inner peace. Often, we waste energy fighting against situations or realities that are completely out of our control, whether it's the behavior of others, unexpected events, or even the course of nature. Stoicism encourages us to focus our attention on what is within our reach, our own thoughts, attitudes, and actions. By doing so, we free ourselves from useless worries and redirect our energy toward areas where we can truly make a difference. Accepting what cannot be changed does not mean resignation or apathy, but rather recognizing the limits of our power and choosing where and how to act effectively. This acceptance can bring a deep sense of serenity, as it helps us let go of the desire to control the uncontrollable. When we abandon the need for the world and people around us to behave according to our expectations, we create space to live with more lightness and balance. Focusing on what we can control is a practice that can be applied to many aspects of life. Instead of wasting energy trying to change external things, we can invest in cultivating our own virtue, improving our mindset, our emotional responses, and the actions we take in the face of difficulties. This empowers us to face life's challenges with more balance and resilience, leading us to a fuller and more peaceful existence. Practicing this principle begins with developing the ability to clearly distinguish between what is within our reach and what is not. Often, we spend time and emotional energy trying to influence or control things that are, by their very nature, uncontrollable. A daily example of this is the weather. We have no power over whether it will rain or be sunny, so worrying about the weather is a waste of mental energy. Instead of frustrating ourselves with something we cannot change, we can adopt an attitude of acceptance and focus on what we can control, our response. If the weather turns unfavorable, we can prepare in advance, carry an umbrella, or adjust our plans. In this way, by changing our attitude and preparation, we become more adaptable and less prone to unnecessary stress. This practice of acceptance can be extended to countless areas of life. Imagine more complex situations, such as an unexpected illness or an abrupt change at work. Such events can cause great worry and frustration if we focus solely on the fact that they shouldn't have happened. However, by adopting a Stoic mindset, we recognize that these events are beyond our control, and just like the weather, we accept the reality with serenity. By doing so, we avoid falling into the cycle of unproductive worry and redirect our attention to what we can do, seek proper treatment, adapt our skills, or even find new opportunities amid adversity. In summary, practicing a Stoic mindset means accepting reality and acting wisely within the circumstances presented to us. This helps us live more peacefully, as resisting what cannot be changed is one of the greatest sources of stress and dissatisfaction. True peace comes from mental resilience and the ability to adapt. Adopting a Stoic mindset is not just a matter of philosophy but an active and constant practice that involves gratitude, empathy, resilience, and acceptance. These principles not only help us live in a more balanced and serene way, but also teach us how to handle life's challenges with greater wisdom and inner peace. Gratitude, for example, helps us appreciate what we already have, steering us away from the endless pursuit of more. Empathy connects us to others, allowing us to better understand their struggles and respond with compassion. Resilience equips us to face adversity without being broken by it. And finally, acceptance frees us from worries over the uncontrollable, bringing a deep sense of peace. An effective way to practice this principle is through cognitive therapy techniques, which are largely based on Stoic concepts. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, for instance, teaches us to identify, recognize, and question irrational or harmful thoughts. Often, our greatest stresses and anxieties stem not from the events themselves, but from how we interpret them. Through these techniques, we can challenge automatic thoughts that make us feel overwhelmed or powerless. By learning to question these mental patterns, we gain the ability to accept what we cannot change, which frees us from a major source of stress. Accepting our strengths and weaknesses is also a crucial step in this process. Often, internal resistance comes from not wanting to admit our limitations or vulnerabilities. However, recognizing that we are human and therefore imperfect makes us kinder to ourselves, especially in difficult times. When we accept our limitations, we allow ourselves to grow from adversity rather than being crushed by it. Nature can serve as a great example of acceptance. It does not resist change. Instead, it adapts to it fluidly. The changing of seasons, the growth of plants, and the life cycle of animals are examples of how nature accepts and flows with the course of events. By observing this, we can be inspired to adopt the same flexibility, accepting adversity and adjusting to it. This attitude not only helps us face challenges more effectively, but also gives us the opportunity to find serenity and balance amidst life's turbulence. Prioritize your mental health. Taking care of your emotional well-being should be a constant priority, especially in the face of modern life's challenges. Sharing your experiences and feelings with trusted friends can be a powerful way to relieve mental and emotional pressure. By venting, you not only feel supported but can also receive perspectives and advice that will help you see problems in a new light. At the same time, allow yourself to be vulnerable and recognize that you don't have to face everything alone. This social support can function as an emotional release valve, providing relief and clarity in difficult times. When confronted with setbacks, it is essential to start with small steps rather than trying to solve everything at once. These modest actions are important for rebuilding confidence and generating continuous progress, allowing you to move in the right direction without feeling overwhelmed. Adversities are part of life, and recognizing this reality helps face challenges with a more resilient mindset. During tough moments, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and treat yourself as you would a dear friend in a similar situation. By acknowledging your difficulties without excessive self-criticism, you create space for emotional and mental recovery. The practice of detachment is another powerful tool in this context. Detachment, according to Stoicism, does not mean giving up everything you own or renouncing pleasure, but rather freeing yourself from emotional dependence on material goods and pleasures as sources of happiness. As Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This detachment means not allowing your inner peace to depend on external factors, such as wealth, status, or recognition. When you can emotionally detach from these things, your mental resilience increases, as you learn to find satisfaction within yourself and in the simplest things in life. To practice detachment, an effective way is meditation. Visualize your desires and concerns, then imagine yourself letting go of them, as if they were being carried away by a breeze. This helps internalize the fact that you do not need certain outcomes or possessions to be happy. Another practical way to incorporate this principle is to simplify your life by reducing the number of material possessions. When we clear away excess, we create space for meaningful experiences and authentic relationships that truly enrich our existence. Often, we own more than we need, and the act of decluttering can generate a sense of freedom. Self-care is also an essential part of Stoic philosophy. The health of the body and mind is deeply interconnected, and the Stoics recognize this interdependence. A healthy body is the foundation for a balanced and strong mind. Thus, maintaining a routine that includes regular physical exercise is crucial. This doesn't just mean training the body for strength or endurance, but also relieving stress and improving mood. Physical activities like walking, yoga, or any sport of your choice can help release tension and provide moments of introspection. In addition to exercise, a balanced diet plays a crucial role in well-being. Nutritious foods sustain both the body and the mind, and an inadequate diet can negatively impact mood, energy, and mental clarity. Another vital aspect of self-care is adequate rest. Quality sleep allows the body and mind to regenerate, creating a mental state ready to tackle daily challenges. Don't neglect rest, as it is just as important as any other aspect of your routine. Caring for mental health should also be a priority. This can be achieved through practices like meditation, which helps calm the mind and promote presence in the moment. Other forms include seeking therapy, where you can explore your thoughts and emotions in a safe space, or simply setting aside time for pleasurable activities that bring satisfaction and relaxation. Whether it's reading a book, listening to music, or spending time with loved ones, these activities help maintain mental balance. Finally, it's important to remember that neglecting your physical and mental health is a disservice to yourself. True strength comes from the unity of body and mind, and caring for both is fundamental to living a full and virtuous life. When we treat our bodies and minds with the care they deserve, we prepare ourselves to face life's challenges with more serenity and clarity, living according to Stoic principles of balance, temperance, and self-sufficiency. To care for your body, the first step is to find a physical activity that you truly enjoy. Whether it's walking, running, swimming, yoga, or weightlifting, It's important to choose something that brings you joy, as this increases the likelihood that you will do it consistently. Incorporating this activity into your routine should not be viewed as an obligation, but as an investment in your physical and mental well-being. Just as exercise strengthens the body, it also helps release endorphins, which contribute to improved mood and reduced stress. Finding the balance between pleasure and discipline in this area reflects Stoic temperance, which teaches us moderation and harmony in all aspects of life. Temperance is one of the 4 cardinal virtues of Stoicism and plays a crucial role in the pursuit of tranquility and inner peace. It teaches us to control our desires and impulses rather than be dominated by them. By practicing temperance, we develop the ability to respond to challenges with clarity and purpose, without being swept away by intense emotions or hasty reactions. A practical example of this is learning to say no to excesses, whether material or emotional, and focusing on what truly matters. Moderation is not a form of deprivation, but a way to live in alignment with our values, respecting both our limits and our goals. By following the path of temperance, we draw closer to a more balanced and meaningful life. Another fundamental aspect of temperance is the quality of our thoughts, something that Stoics like Marcus Aurelius valued deeply. He reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This means our thoughts play a determining role in how we perceive and react to the world. Repetitive and negative thoughts can lead us to states of distress and anxiety, shaping a reality where we see only difficulties. On the other hand, cultivating positive and constructive thoughts can lead us to a state of greater serenity and emotional balance. The quality of thoughts is directly linked to how we view situations. To achieve inner peace, it is essential to reframe destructive thoughts and instead focus on what we can learn from challenges and adversities. This doesn't mean avoiding problems, but changing how we approach them. Viewing an obstacle as an opportunity for growth, for example, helps us adopt a more resilient and proactive attitude. Moreover, surrounding ourselves with thoughts of gratitude and compassion makes our outlook on life more positive and our relationships more harmonious. Practicing mindfulness is one of the most effective ways to improve the quality of thoughts. By becoming aware of the constant flow of ideas and emotions that pass through our minds, we can identify when we are stuck in negative patterns. From there, we can choose to replace them with thoughts that promote peace and moderation. This process is not instantaneous but requires daily practice, like in meditation or moments of reflection. Finally, I would like to recommend 2 more videos filled with Stoic wisdom that will certainly contribute to your personal growth. They address themes such as controlling emotions, accepting what we cannot change, and seeking true happiness through detachment and resilience. By applying these principles in your life, you'll begin to notice a positive shift in how you view the world, living with more serenity, purpose, and balance. Until next time, and keep steadfast on your journey of self-discovery and personal development.